So, we've got a pretty good matchup here today. Two of the higher level people in the org for sure. Got Wlowns versus Jamavi. Who do you think's taking this one, man?
I mean, come on. Look who's in the team. He's in the Alpha squad. We play with him all the time. It's the Marv. You know, you got to give credit where credit's due. Marvy is. I mean, come on. He's taken the goal already. He's got to be the one that you vote for on paper, surely.
Oh, for sure. I mean, we've seen him be 10, 20 MMR off SSL in ones. We've seen him with the 3 million distance, and he can see everything on the pitch. I just don't think anything's going to happen that he doesn't expect, because he can see it all from across the map.
The only thing is the nerves, right? Like, Jamavi's not one for getting nervous, but I can imagine playing against Wlowns, like there, you can see he's a little bit hesitant. I think it's going to be a bit of a slow start. I don't think Wlowns gets affected by pressure, to be honest. I don't know about you. What do you think?
No, he's... I don't think he's one to really fall under pressure. We did see him choke a little bit when he played against D-Lynch in that one's tournament held on a different org, but I can see a big change in Wlowns' playstyle recently as Jamavi puts in another really good kickoff goal. We've had only kickoff goals actually from the start here, but yeah, I think Jam's definitely got an advantage here. I think he's faster. I think he's probably better mechanically as well. But Wlowns has recently switched his playstyle, so maybe they'll surprise Jam a bit.
Yeah, I think being the underdog, I think Wlowns has, you know, there's no reason for him to be nervous here. I think any performance from him keeping the score line down low, and, you know, I think this sort of gameplay at the moment really falls into his bracket, having Jamavi push him, playing a little bit more defensive. You know, all the kickoff goals are going to be really, really useful. Wlowns is going to have to take as many as he can, I think, to be able to stay in a positive position here, because if he gives Jamavi space, he's just going to be trampled over. You know, Wlowns pushing up there, though. I like this from Wlowns. He's hovering around, not committing too much. Jamavi's very comfortable in these defensive positions as well. Again, really awkward flick to deal with, but Wlowns takes it under some great control there. Really good demo, I think. If Jamavi starts pulling out these demos, Wlowns is going to have to switch up his playstyle a little bit here. I mean,
yeah, like,
it's going to be hard for him.
Definitely. As you say, he's very adapted to being a defensive player. We've seen that from him a lot before, but having played him recently, he switched his style against me a lot. He's been playing a lot more aggressive, taking a lot more boost in the opposition corner instead of backing off, which is what we saw him do earlier there. And it's good to see him try and keep the opponent under pressure as Jam panic flips on the in his back corner.
It's a great save though from Jam. I mean, look at this here. There's going to be a battle of the boost. If Wlowns can convert here, quick speed, can he get a quick counter? Jam's a low boost. He just passed it away. I hope we don't see much more of that from Wlowns. That was such a good opportunity for him. Now Jam's 100 boost again. Ball in his corner. If Wlowns dives in here, he could be in a lot of trouble. It's a good double jump touch. Can he get back? I mean, Jam, again, bit of a weak touch here from both players. He does well to get a good shot off. Oh my.
Wow.
Are we counting that as an open net miss?
Yeah. Oh, is that another one?
Okay.
Oh. Okay. So...
This is giving me flashbacks to watching you play, you know?
Yeah, man. Well, obviously, I have an impervious record to open net misses. I don't think anyone can come close, but...
It's not going to miss that one.
No, it's a bit too close there. Jamavi, again, he's trying to play too slow. I think Jam needs to just, like, take the initiative and start going fast.
Yeah, I think that's a classic Jamavi, isn't it?
Yeah.
Why you not just go fast, man?
Why I'm so fast, man.
He needs to just settle into it a little bit. I think, you know, we got a best of 3. Here we go, another kickoff goal for him. He needs these. He's going to get into the flow, but Wlowns needs to be disruptive. I think if he keeps ratting around, being annoying, avoiding some of Jam's demos, potentially, like you say, keeping up the offensive boost grabs, I think he can keep Jamavi at arm's length and make this a closer game than we might think that it is going to initially be.
Well, definitely, especially given the fact that right now, under Jam's rules of 1v1, he's technically losing because he's actually scored 2 kickoff goals and Wlowns only has 1. So, and that's another panic flip from Jamavi.
What is going on?
Like, I don't know. I've never seen him play like this.
No, this is definitely not the Jamavi we know. Like, he's usually so calm under pressure. He never flips unless he really has to. Especially in ones, and usually he's taking the ball into the air a bit more, whereas it looks like he's playing into Wlowns' playstyle here. Very grounded, very slow. Oh,
is this the one?
I didn't want to talk. I wanted to give him all the time to prove me wrong there, but again,
what a shot from Wlowns!
Great conversion from Wlowns. Very good conversion.
What is happening, man? I've never seen him play like this.
Nor have I. Nor have I. I think, you know, you mentioned the pressure. I mean, bit of that maybe. I don't know. What you know him better than I do. You know, what do you think?
Well, I've known the guy for like coming up on 2 years now, and I've never seen him play like this. I've never seen him so scared to go for the ball. He's just trying to play too pretty, too cute. You know what I mean? He's trying to get these little touches past Wlowns, but he's just not going to get it. Wlowns is too strong defensively. He's too reactive. He needs to start just putting some good shots on net.
Yeah, and I mean, that's a good little test there. You know, he's only 1 goal down. If he keeps being frustrating like this, you know, 2 minutes, 1 goal down in ones, it's nothing. Jam has enough games in ones. He's got enough games in Rocket League to know that he's never out of the game. He's never out in a situation that he can't come back from. He's got a strong kickoff. I mean, he doesn't change his kickoff as much as maybe he should in ones. Maybe Wlowns can capitalize on that. But he's definitely got the hours advantage over Wlowns. He's definitely got the experience over Wlowns. It's just whether he can really sort of summon up the power that we know Jamavi has to be able to just be that unstoppable, annoying player to play against. It's a great shot.
That's more like what we're used to seeing from Jam, getting it into the air, doing something delayed, something unexpected. He likes to obviously use his mechanics a lot in ones, and I don't know. I think he's trying to play Wlowns' game here. I think he's playing directly into Wlowns' hands. He's been playing slow and passive. It's just not the style to play against Wlowns. He's easily fast enough to just take the ball past it. He should just start like controlling boost and getting possession.
Oh, definitely. I think, you know, I think he's respecting him at the moment, and I think he should. Wlowns is definitely a player that you need to respect. He's always going to come out with like all guns blazing. He's going to be putting on a lot of pressure and baiting you into defense. I think once Jam gets this sussed out and he starts figuring out what he needs to do to start wearing him down, I think he will, because Jam's just a player, like you can see here. When he gets on top, it's really hard to sort of slow him down and regain control of the game.
Oh, definitely. He's very momentum heavy. He likes to get a lot of goals in a row. I think once he starts getting 1 or 2 past you without you putting anything in his net, you're in a pretty rough spot. It's hard to stop him, as you said. But he hasn't looked too convincing this game yet. Obviously, he's winning, but normally you would see a lot more of a convincing win here. Like, a lot harder to get into the game for Wlowns.
No, definitely. But look, as he comes off the wall here, 100 boost, takes it over to the right side. You know, he's taking some control of the game now. He's not putting the ball in a threatening position, even though Wlowns looked like he had an open shot there. There wasn't really anything he could do much with. You know, he's getting a lot more comfortable in defense, saving those sorts of shots. Again, that's going to wear Wlowns down overall, having those sorts of shots saved for opportunities he knows he should be taking. Jam again getting these frustrating touches. He didn't get the recovery he wanted on the wall there. This could be the opportunity for Wlowns, but he's choked it a little bit there.
That's
what's going on? What is going on?
I don't know. I've never seen either of these players like make these mistakes, honestly. Normally you'd see Wlowns have that out of his half way before. He would have noticed that Jam didn't get the recovery he was looking for, but obviously it wasn't fast enough, and it's weird to see him give Jam all that space afterwards as well. I think Wlowns at this point knows Jamavi as well as we do, or at least well enough to know that he's going to get back quickly. You need to be putting a shot on net really soon, and that's a bit more like it.
Yeah, we need Wlowns to really ramp it up now. You know, I was really hoping he was going to take this first game to sort of put a bit of a stake in the sand to say, look, you need to respect me, Jam. I'm not going to give you the space. I'm not going to let you do what you want to do. But he didn't really do that. I mean, he could have. He was very close. But let's see what this next game brings. I think it's going to be a very interesting one.
Yeah, definitely. And as you say, I mean, I was impressed with how Wlowns did at the start. I think a really big playstyle switch right now would throw Jam off. He doesn't have enough games to wait it out and try and adapt. He has to do something different this game because Jam will just walk through him. Like, he's got some momentum behind him now. He's hard to stop with momentum, and I definitely think we need to see something a bit different from Wlowns.
Oh, absolutely. And, you know, it's no discredit to Wlowns, what we're saying around the Jamavi thing. He'll do it to anyone, you know, anyone that he gets in front of, anyone that he can beat to the ball, anyone that gives him space. He's going to do something special with the ball as they come in again for the second game. You know, they're starting off, Jam's got control. Wlowns is going for those boost grabs that you mentioned, very aggressive boost grabs. He knows what he's doing in that space, getting control of the game. It's a great save. Can he get rid of it? He can just, but,
wow.
these are the things with ones, like, and twos, I suppose, more. just because you get a save doesn't mean you're safe. You know, you need to get them
Yeah.
out to the side. As soon as it goes into the middle there, Vlowns done a really good job to recover. Again, I don't know if we can count that as another open net miss.
No, I think that one was a bit too
That's-
hard.
That was a tough one for sure, but
Yeah.
here we go. Jamavi taking it forwards now. Can Wlowns keep him at arm's length? Can Wlowns convert here? I think it looks like he will. What happened there?
I don't know. Jamavi getting a bit impatient there. I think maybe he thought Wlowns was challenging, but I said I wanted to switch up, and I mean, switching to the Dominus for Wlowns, I've never seen him play the Dominus before. This is like completely new for me.
That is an interesting move. I've not seen that.
No, it's also not a card typically used in ones. I don't see many people playing Dominus in ones, like, at all. I can't think of any.
No, definitely not. And Jamavi in the Fennec, I mean, he was one that said himself that he didn't like the card, but I think he's just learnt to love it now in ones. I mean, I don't know how much ones he's been playing recently, but here we go, the flip reset. Can he get that? Nah, he can't. I mean, again, it's a really good setup, and I think it sort of shows what that guy is capable of if you give him space. I mean, I don't know if Wlowns is playing it well. What would you do in those scenarios? Do you think waiting in net's the best bet, or do you think just pushing him early and not letting him get up the wall in the first place is what Wlowns needs to be doing?
Against Jamavi, you have to mix it. You have to do both, because if you try and beat him to the ball every time or try and challenge him early, he'll get it past you. He learns really quickly. He knows what to do. You just have to keep on mixing it up and force him to go for plays that might just be a little bit too hard for him. Like, he's very capable. I'm not saying anything about that, but there's sometimes he just tries to do something that's just a bit too tricky, a bit too mechanical, and you'll get a goal out of it.
Yeah, and you know, this is a special finish from Jamavi. He made it look so easy, but you know, that first touch off the wall definitely wasn't the best for that sort of shot from one of those doomsies, but he managed to convert it, and I think he is a very special player when it comes to making awkward situations benefit himself. He's playing it safe. He's actually rotated back. He did actually go for the corner boost. I didn't think he would there. He gave Wlowns a lot of space, and he's going to punish him for it.
Yeah, he's faking there way too close. Someone with as much ones experience as Jam, I didn't expect him to go for a fake jump there. It's never going to pay off, really. You're just getting way too close to someone who can flick. And I mean, Wlowns can definitely flick. It's probably one of his strongest things. His shooting and his flicks are really strong. And Jamavi is just not quite respecting him enough.
Yeah, Jamavi's really got to start respecting him, hasn't he? It's one of them ones that if you give Wlowns space, he's going to do just as much as what Jam's going to do if Jam's given space. So, you know, maybe this car switch up's good. I mean, he's looking pretty clean in Dominus. Looks like he's got a few hours under his belt in that car. The ball control on the roof, the flick that he just performed, it might be something that Wlowns needed, this little playstyle switch up. I mean, I'm definitely not one for cars making much of a difference in Rocket League, but I definitely do think the Dominus is a car that you can label a certain playstyle to it.
Oh, for sure. And to be honest, for someone who knows that Dominus playstyle, who is scared of it, man. It's a weird playstyle to play against. Wlowns is not playing the typical Dominus playstyle that I'm used to seeing. He's still playing quite defensive, still getting space between him and the ball a lot, which again is a really risky thing to do with Jam, but he's making it work.
He is. Let's see what happens here. It's a bit of a scrappy situation. I think they benefit Wlowns more. I think his 50s are looking much stronger in these 1v1 games. Jam taking the ball under control here. Really good touch. Another great touch. Not keeping the ball too far away from him that he can't beat Wlowns to the ball. He's keeping it in that perfect area, the danger zone, as a lot of people call it, where, you know, if someone comes to challenge you, you know you can beat them. Wlowns with a bit of an unlucky flip rather. You know, as you always say to me, you know, if you go for a speed flip in those scenarios, that might have been able to edge the ball. That is a bit lucky from Jam, let's not lie. You hate to see that.
That feels bad for Wlowns, especially best of 3. Stuff like this happening is just, it's pretty sad. But again, you're right. If he had gone for a speed flip with that pre-flip, definitely would have got a goal, man. Wouldn't have got caught up to. But the Dominus just flopped onto the ball and bounced straight off because it's just too long, man. Wlowns,
It is.
He's not adapted his flips to the car.
No, he hasn't, and maybe that is something there that the car change has shafted him a little bit. Maybe if he was still in, what was he in, the Fennec or the Octane? I don't even know what he was in previously, but maybe if he was in one of those other cars, that wouldn't have happened. But I think it would have. I think definitely the mechanic choice there wasn't the best. Jam with a great wave dash catch. Wlowns, quick recovery there. Could he have saved that?
I don't think he could have, but again, he's just playing into Jam's hands here. Like, there's no way he's gonna defend Jam if Jam's like got the ball under control with space. And that might have been a really close dribble to Wlowns' car, but it's still enough space to make something happen. And we all know that Jam can make something happen from there. We've seen it. We've had it done in our face in multiple 1v1s before, and it's just not safe playing against him like this. As he goes for the Cook's pinch, doesn't quite pull it off, but gets Wlowns to back off pretty nicely here.
Yeah, he's doing all the things that he knows is going to confuse Wlowns and put Wlowns in awkward scenarios. And again, he's just picking up goals here. Like, he's not doing anything that makes him commit too hard. He knows he can play a good 50 there. But he is making Wlowns use a lot of boost, being very awkward scenarios. Exactly where he knows he needs to put Wlowns to take this win.
Yeah, for sure, man. To be honest, man, there's a minute left, 3 goals. It's definitely possible, but I think for this to happen, I think Wlowns just needs to go fast, man. I think he needs to go hit the ball a lot, start getting it past the Marv, because just playing this style ain't gonna work, man. He's using too much boost to do too little, and he's giving Jam too much time on the ball.
Definitely. I mean, Wlowns really needs to ramp up the boost grabs. He needs to ramp up the challenges. He needs to ramp up the bumps. You know, he needs to ramp up a lot of different things to just push Jam back into that awkward place that he was in the first game. I mean, again, I don't know whether it was nerves. I don't know whether it was just general how he's feeling today playing Rocket League. But in this game, I think he's been up the wall and been having aerial plays at least 5 to 6 times more than he was in the first game. So I think Wlowns really does need to have a think about what changed, because the change that he's made here, it definitely doesn't seem like it's going to be bringing him home anything.
And it seems like the game's already over here. I think it's pretty impossible to make this comeback, and that's the series. Jam sweeping Wlowns, making a statement here, because Wlowns is definitely one of our top competitors, and I think Wlowns has really got to think about this when he goes into the bigger portion of this competition after league play. I don't think he's going to be able to get far if he doesn't change his style to suit the player he's playing against.
No, exactly. And I think we know Wlowns, right? He's definitely going to take this back to the drawing board. He's going to have a think. He's going to try and make a change. And, you know, overall, he's going to develop as a player. So there's absolutely no discredit to Wlowns here. He's a class player, great guy overall. And I think he's going to be placing himself in a strong place for this series. I mean, I think he's coming up with one of the best competitors in the league at the moment, Jamavi. And he hasn't done bad against him at all.
No, both players dropping GGs. A lot of respect shown from both guys. Obviously, this is all in-house. This is all in org, so the feelings are probably going to be pretty good between games. But it was impressive, to be fair. I think Wlowns did pretty well for himself. He's definitely done better in the past against Jam, but I know hearing from both players that they've got a pretty rough play style against each other. They seem to heavily favor one or the other when they play. And as you say, man, I think he set himself up well to make improvements to his gameplay for the rest of the league, and I'm excited to see what he does next, to be fair.
No, absolutely. And, you know, it's been a great pleasure to cast with you, and, you know, looking at these games, it's always a pleasure to watch these guys play. We play alongside them often within the eMerge community, and, you know, we have a lot of in-house games. It's always a good crack. Again, it all boils down to these are 2 really good blokes, very good Rocket League players. And again, I think the best man on the day is going to take it. And Jamavi was just looking a little bit too strong for Wlowns. So any final comments before we sign out?
Nah, man, I think you're 100% right, and I think we mainly just got to focus on these 2 guys coming forwards because they're going to be strong guys for this whole competition.
Absolutely.